Gluttony is often seen as one of the most dangerous and self-destructive of the 7 deadly sins. It is not just a sin of excess, but of excess without balance. It manifests itself in behaviors that harm the individual body, and in larger contexts, society as a whole. It is a learned behavior that has evolved over time, influenced by a variety of social, cultural, and economic factors. But what if gluttony in all its excess could be viewed as something else? Could it be, perhaps, a misunderstood gift with the potential to be transformed into something positive? Gluttony, in its most obvious form, is the overindulgence in food and drink. It's the lavish feasts and extravagant parties, the displays of excess that seem to mock those who struggle to meet their basic needs. This is especially evident when we look at the stark contrast between the rich and the poor. In a world where some have so much, they indulge in constant celebrations and banquets. Others are left scraping by, lucky if they can afford even one cheap meal a day. The gluttony of the rich, flaunting their endless supplies of food and drink, becomes not just an indulgence, but a symbol of inequality. It is a gross display of excess, fighting inequality with the same inequality. This is one of the most glaring flaws of gluttony. It perpetuates division rather than unity, and consumption rather than compassion. However, despite gluttony's flaws, it's not purely a negative force. It may be a sin within individuals or society, but like all things, there are complexities beneath the surface. In some cases, gluttony could be seen as a gift to those born with deficiencies, to those who have been deprived of something essential. Take, for example, those who are born with thin bodies, unable to gain weight or maintain a normal body composition despite their best efforts. For them, gluttony can be a source of relief, a way to experience the fullness of life that others may take for granted. It is a way to nourish their bodies in a way that aligns with the abundance they might otherwise be denied. For these individuals, gluttony is not a curse but a tool, a way to reclaim what was denied to them by their bodies. In a world where food is often seen as a commodity and a symbol of power, those who struggle with their body composition may find solace in indulging in the very thing that was once out of reach. It may not be the most ideal solution, but it could offer a form of balance, a chance to find peace in an otherwise skewed world. It's important to note that while gluttony may be an excuse for some, it also serves as a potential bridge between extremes. Imagine, for instance, a partnership between a thin person and someone who is overweight, where the exchange of food and companionship allows both individuals to find a path toward a healthier, more balanced body. The thin person, who might have an excess of food and energy, can share with someone who needs it, while the heavier individual can gain the necessary balance to work towards a healthier body. In this sense, gluttony becomes a tool for partnership, for transformation, and for healing. But gluttony is not without its consequences. It is, at its heart, a deadly sin. Overindulgence, when unchecked, has dire consequences not only for the individual but for the planet. Gluttony can lead to the overconsumption of resources, contributing to environmental degradation, the destruction of ecosystems, and the extinction of species. It is a force that, when unchecked, can cause irreparable damage to both the body and the planet. Yet, as destructive as gluttony can be, there is still hope. Perhaps the true gift of gluttony is the awareness it brings, the recognition that the overconsumption of resources cannot continue indefinitely. In order to make gluttony a gift, we must first realize that our survival is tied to the well-being of the planet. Our actions, our consumption, our desires all are interconnected with the fate of the Earth. If we are to ensure our survival, we must learn to rationalize our gluttonous behaviors and turn them into something sustainable. It is not about eliminating desire or indulgence, but about transforming those desires into something that can serve the greater good. One way to do this is through scientific innovation. By advancing technologies that increase the production of food while reducing the environmental impact, we could begin to reduce the harmful effects of gluttony. Perhaps the future of gluttony lies in making the act of consumption more sustainable, finding ways to nourish our bodies without depleting the Earth's resources. This could include innovations in lab-grown meats, vertical farming, or other sustainable agricultural practices that allow us to meet our needs without damaging the environment. Gluttony, in this sense, could become a tool for innovation, a driving force behind the development of new technologies that promote both human and planetary health. Another possibility lies in virtual reality. As technology advances, we may find ourselves living in a world where the physical act of consumption is no longer necessary to satisfy our desires. Imagine a virtual reality experience where we can experience the full sensation of hunger and thirst without actually consuming food or drink. This hyper-realistic environment could be designed to mimic the pleasures of indulgence while ensuring that our bodies remain healthy and balanced. Through virtual reality, gluttony could become a way to experience satisfaction without harming our physical well-being or the planet. Ultimately, the gift of gluttony lies not in indulgence for its own sake, but in the opportunity it provides for us to reflect on our relationship with consumption and with the world around us. It is not about denying our desires, but about finding a balance between indulgence and responsibility. If we can learn to harness the power of gluttony, to redirect it toward positive change, we may find that this deadly sin is not a curse, but a stepping stone toward a more sustainable and compassionate world. In conclusion, gluttony is a complex and multifaceted force. It is destructive, yes, but it is also a gift, a source of insight, and a catalyst for change. By examining gluttony through a different lens, one that recognizes its potential to drive innovation, promote sustainability, and foster balance, we can begin to see it not as an enemy to be vanquished, but as a force that can be transformed. Just as we have the ability to create change in the world, we also have the ability to transform our desires, our gluttony, into something that serves the greater good. The true gift of gluttony is not in the excess it creates, but in the opportunity it gives us to rethink our relationship with consumption and with the planet. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the paradoxes of life. If you found this video thought-provoking, give it a like and share it with others who might enjoy unraveling these mysteries. Don't forget to subscribe for more content exploring the edges of existence. Until next time, question everything and keep exploring your own destiny. Take care. Bye-bye.